Chat, we're here! And on a Tuesday. How abnormal. Welcome everybody. I'm a little bit late to the stream, that is on me. My timer broke. Like, the website that I use for my timer normally, not working. That's always fun. So, you know. So, I have a different timer for us for today, for this stream. You probably could have read from the title and the fact that it's not 6 p.m. on a Wednesday, and in fact 3 p.m. on a Tuesday, that we are doing a practice test, and that's what this 3-hour timer is for. And it is also different because my normal timer is not working today, and we'll have to deal with that. John Doe, welcome back to the stream. Hair is messy. My hair is, I wouldn't say it's messy, I would say it's long. I need a haircut. I do need a haircut. And all these freaking exams are getting in my way, because I would have done it years ago if it wasn't for the fact that I have a billion exams to deal with. But, it'll happen. Probably, I don't think by next stream, because I am very busy. I am also officially recording for my summer series now, which also is taking up a good chunk of my time. But I will get a haircut eventually. It'll happen. In other news, the board is finally changed. Whoa. I did promise a video today, didn't I? I said I'd have the comp sci video ready today. So about that video. It's not ready yet. It's not gonna happen. You're not seeing it today. That's not a thing we're doing. That's on me. Although, to be fair, it's not because I'm late. The teacher moved the due date. And because the teacher moved the due date, I decided I'd rather, wait and, do practice for geometry. So I've done a lot of geometry practice. And I'll get around to the video. The video's due Thursday, so I'll definitely have it for next stream. Waiting for 500 years. Well, it's not, John Doe, it's not like a main channel video. It's a project. It's like the bike video that I showed you guys last stream. Or was it 2 streams ago? Something like that. It's like that one, where I made a video for school and I decided to show it to you guys. And so it is a comp sci video. It's kind of blurry. It's kind of blurry, but you can see the College Board logo over there if you look closely enough. John Doe, actual videos I'm working on. That's what the summer series is. I hopefully want the trailer to be out the first week of July, and then August is when they all get released. Because July I can post the trailer, and then August I'll be posting, I don't know if I want to say this on the stream yet, every other week? I said it? Okay, well, it's out there, so if it doesn't happen, that's on me now. A good question is where my phone is, because I do need it for today's stream. Find it. Also my light is completely not working. If I look a little dark today, that's because my light is not attaching to the wall properly. I would normally look like this, and instead I look like this. You can see the difference a little bit. I will get it fixed. It's just that normally the light is attached to this magnet. Yeah, but the magnet, the glue part fell off. So a lot of things that need to be fixed on this stream. A lot of things that need to be fixed. But, they'll get fixed eventually. It'll happen. So, I think with that, I can sort of hop into what I'm doing today. I'm not going to start quite yet. I think I'm going to wait till 15. But I am doing a geometry Regents exam. John, no, you're the only one here right now, because it is a very odd time to be streaming. But for those who are maybe watching this VOD later on, the Geometry Regents exam is tomorrow as of right now. And I would like to know what I'm doing, so I'm taking a practice test. It is happening tomorrow morning, I believe, as well. It's an AM test. So I've done a lot of practice questions, and I have learned a lot. I have not taken the class for this exam. This is the one exam I'm taking that I did not take the class for. At least this rotation. I have one again in January, but whatever. January is so far from now. And yeah, so this exam I have studied for. I have prepped with several tutors, my teacher and someone else as well. And the goal is to pass. The goal is to pass. Although I do want to pull one thing up. You don't actually need to get a 65 raw score to pass. Let me find the curve for this test. Because theoretically, the curve makes this test a lot easier than the questions actually are. Let me pull it up here. Here it is. Okay, so this is what it actually looks like. I'm gonna move the timer out of the way right now. Hold on. Let me just boom and hold on. Boom. Okay, so this is the conversion chart for this exam. As you can see, you do not need a 65 to actually pass. You need a 65 on your actual grade to pass, but to get a scaled score of 65, which is near the bottom here, you need to get 31 raw score. You need to get 31 out of the possible 80 points to pass this exam, which is not the most difficult thing in the world. Like, at the end of the day, that feels very doable. Let me put this back. And so, for those who don't know, there is a structure to this exam. They're not all multiple choice questions. Let me find it. So, there are 4 different parts, and I can explain them a little bit. I think if you're here, it's probably because you're taking the exam at this point, unless you're John Doe, I guess. But part 1 is straight multiple choice. It is just you do multiple choice, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. They're each worth 2 points. Part 2 is also worth 2 points, and they are short answer questions. They're very similar to the multiple choice, but instead you are given a no choices, and you answer on your own. Thirdly is, I believe, a very similar thing. I think part 3 is also what's it called? Short answer questions. And I think they're just a little bit more difficult and maybe multi-step. I'm not 100%. I know part 2 is definitely not multi-step. Part 3 might be. And then part 4 of this exam is what I'm actually most worried for. It is the proofs. So geometry has a lot of proofs that you need to know, and they'll ask you about a couple of them. And that is the most, like, just you need to memorize them type stuff. And I have learned a couple. I have not learned them all. So I will do my very darndest to get at least a 31%. And the scoring is part 1 is worth 2 points, part 2 is also worth 2 points, part 3 is worth 4 points, and part 4 is worth 6 points per question. And in total, there are 80 points you can get. So I think around 35 questions, I think it is. I think every test is 35 questions. I believe that's right. That sounds right to me. Also, one difference between the AP World exam that I already did live and here, that's going to matter for this stream. Why is my chat not appearing? Like, whatever. One difference between AP World and this is that AP World has like different, like it has sections with breaks in between. And this one doesn't, which means that I'm not going to be looking at chat in between parts 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, and 3 and 4. So if you get something worth saying in chat, I'm gonna make that a pinned comment. I'm not looking at chat while taking the exam. I will talk to you guys after. And then I'll make that up. Mochi, welcome to the stream. Do you have a geometry exam tomorrow, perchance? Because I do. So that is my game plan. My hope from this stream is that people who are taking the exam, either tomorrow or in the years coming, or people who've taken it in the past, could see this stream and hopefully feel like, because I'm going to be like talking out loud, thinking through my thought process during this test. So my hope is that y'all can maybe figure out some new methods, or just kind of see what else, how people take exams. What am I doing? I'm about to start taking a full Regents practice exam. Like a full test right there. Full one. And that'll take, I have 3 hours. The Regents gives you 3 hours. but I'm probably not gonna take more than 2 hours, if that. Like, these questions don't take that long. A couple more things that for the people not taking an exam that I do want to point out real quick. I have my workbook in front of me, not because I'm looking at the questions or anything.
Your husband's more of a dramedy guy, and your daughter loves rom-coms.
Not because I'm cheating or anything, but the geometry exam, or almost every math exam for Regents, has a reference table, and the only printed reference table I have is this one. So I'll be looking at this page and this page only, which gives me all of my area things, and then also some theorems. And that's about it. I'm fairly certain it's the exact same reference table for Algebra 2 as well, which I'm also taking, so that's fun. Where am I from? Brooklyn, New York City. I don't know if you're in New York. This exam is only for New York State. It is a New York State exam. But yeah, I'm specifically in New York, in Brooklyn. With that, I think I'm done yapping. I've been yapping for probably a little bit too long. I should start taking this damn exam. So I'm going to change over the music from our background music to our studying music that we normally used to study, but here we're doing an exam. Whoa. And I think I'm ready to go. So chat, Mochi, nice to meet you too. So that chat will not be talking to you for the next 2.5 hours. You guys have full reign to yell at me if I do something wrong. If I make a mistake on a question, I'll be sad, but I won't even know it till afterwards. So, you know. People yelled at me enough during the AP World exam. I'm used to it. Alright, with that, bringing back this timer. And I'm just going to get started. I'm going to rip it. So I'm getting rid of chat, Xing out of chat. I can no longer see chat. And that is all. Putting on the music. Goodbye, chat. It's a little loud, actually. Where is my screen? Here we go. Let me just make sure y'all can see me okay. You can. Yay. Okay. Okay. Exam. I really don't. Okay. For those who are just joining, I saw my viewership just spiked. I have not taken a geometry class. I'm in Algebra 2. I'm a sophomore. I'm not meant to be taking this exam. But I was not in New York State last year. I was in California. And so I'm forced to take this. So I have tutored, I have studied, but I have not taken the class. So with that, I'm just gonna get into it. I'm yapping. Alright, triangle AEC, DB over here. Oh, I wish, the thing is, the actual exam's on paper, and on paper I can use, I can like draw on it. I can use scrap paper. I'll have this as my scrap paper. I do have to redraw this whole thing though. Alright, AEC, DB is parallel to EC, AC equals 10, let me just draw this out. AC equals 10. AB equals what? 8. And AD equals 12. And it's asking for DE. Okay, so this is gonna be a, oh, and AB is, it already has the numbers there. Okay, perfect. So it's going to find DE, which means we're going to have to dilute something. So that's actually a really easy one, because you're going from 8 here to 10, AB to AC, and so you're multiplying by what? I can use a calculator, I don't want to do this in my head. 10 divided by 8, you're multiplying by 1.25, so 12 times 1.25 is 15. Oh, right, and then 15 minus 12, because 15 is the whole thing, so minus 12 is going to be 3, so the answer is 3. I'm using a graphing calculator, by the way, which might be useful for like sine, cosine stuff, just so you know. I'm using a TI-83, not the 4, not that fancy. Alright, what is the equation of the line parallel to the line whose equation is 5y plus 8 equals negative 2x? It's asking for parallel, so it's going to be the same slope, but first I need to find the correct slope, which means I need to separate y by itself. So 5y equals negative 2x minus 8. Divided by 5, y equals negative 2/5 x. And that actually doesn't matter what the y-intercept is. So I'm looking for a negative 2 over 5, which is this one. Okay. Which three-dimensional figure will be created if a rectangle is rotated about one of its lines of symmetry? Oh, I see. A cylinder will be created because if you have a flat rectangle, you circle it all the way around. It'll be a circle on the top and a cylinder type shape. It's not a cube. Yeah, because then you'd have to like do that. Sphere, obviously not. Cone is like that at the top. It's like a pyramid type thing, but smooth. Which rigid transformation will verify that ABC is congruent to DEF as shown on the right? It's asking for us to like basically put it on itself. It's going to be reflected over y equals 1, which is an answer. That's convenient. All right, in circle O, measure ABO, which is 61 here. Find ACB. Oh boy, okay. And it's in a circle as well. How do you do this? Okay. Interesting. I don't know if I know how to do this. This might have been something I just didn't learn. If you have 61 here, can y'all see my mouse? I want to see if y'all see my mouse. I don't know if you can. I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that you might not be able to see my mouse, and I will not know how to find that out. Anyway. Circle O, ABO is 61, and then ACB, I'm looking for this top one. Huh. Well. Okay, I'm gonna write down that I don't have number 5, and I'm gonna circle back to it, because maybe it'll magically pop in my mind later. Which of the following choices is a precise definition of the term supplementary angles? Supplementary equals 180, I believe. And then the one that starts with a C is the one that equals 90. Yeah, it doesn't have to be 2 specifically. It can be any amount. The altitude of the equilateral triangle is 9 inches. Find the perimeter of the triangle in inches. Okay, so if you have... I wish I could draw on this screen. I can't, though. So you have an equilateral triangle, and from top to bottom is 9 inches, which means that gives you two right triangles. Once you have 2 right triangles, and you have one side of it, would you have to use trigonometry to figure it out? You might. So you're given here, and you have the adjacent side. Adjacent, trying to find hypotenuse, is so it's cosine, so I'm going to use my graphing calculator. Cosine of... Wait, but you can't do cosine 90. Because that would equal 1. Oh, okay, that makes it trickier. Oh, but we know the other side. It's an equilateral triangle, so every angle is 60 degrees. 60? Is that right? Yeah, 60. 60? Yeah, 60. Yeah. And I also know the other side is 45, so I actually know all my angles here. Okay, so if I have... So if I actually have now not... I don't have cosine, but if I have... No, it still is cosine. But it'd be cosine 60. Cosine 60 equals 9 over x. So really, x equals 9 over... Well, what is cosine? Cosine is like a... Yeah. Hold on, this is tricky. Because it doesn't give you any other thing. Maybe there's a rule about, like, how tall an equilateral is helps find its sides, and I just don't know this or something. I'm gonna mark number 7 as well, I'll come back to it. Which you can do on tests. Please do that on your exam tomorrow, if you're taking an exam tomorrow. Alright. ABC is similar to DEF. A here, already gives us everything. Find F. Okay, well, we know that x squared minus 5x equals 4x plus 36. Wait, actually, hold on, what? It's a scale factor. So, hold on. Yo, people are like, I need to put my phone away. People are trying to text me saying I'm cooked, bro. I know you know, you're watching the stream. Okay, I believe, yo, but that's actually so much more stressful now that people are like freaking yelling at me. I'm going to solve it as if it's equals and then move on from there. So x squared minus, actually, that doesn't feel right. I know it's a scale factor, but I'm just a little tripped up on the exact way to figure it out. But I believe in myself. Or I guess it would be like x squared minus 5x times something times like y equals 4x plus 36. And that y will be used to multiply. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I actually like that. And I need to figure out what y is. So if I just divide by x squared minus 5x, I get y equals 4x plus 36 over x squared minus 5x. See, now we're cooking here, right? Now I have this going on over here. I don't know if it's... Actually, I can go to OBS and see if you can see it or not. You can, actually. Now you have this thing cooking up here, and that's pretty solid, right? Once you have that, though, shit, I don't know how to get to that point. Okay, y'all are gonna actually flame me for this. I am gonna move past it as well and come back to it, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Number nine. Which equation represents the perpendicular bisector of AB whose points end at 4, 1 and 0, 3? Which equation represents a perpendicular bisector of AB? Okay, so AB is just the name of the line. Okay, so we're finding something perpendicular to a line that goes through 4, 1 and 0, 3. The slope for that is negative half, negative 0.5. So the opposite of negative 1/2 is 2. So we're looking for a 2x. There's only one option. That's that. 10. The proof of the construction shown at the right utilizes... Oh, I didn't learn construction. That's the one thing that my teacher said, you're not going to learn it, just don't, and then move on. I've never seen a multiple choice question about construction, though. Interesting. So this is going to be a complete guess. Probably going to get this one wrong, because I don't know construction. And I'm prepared to get some construction questions wrong. But, this one's looking more like, number 3, why not? That's the one where it's like this won't happen on any other exam because I actually took the class. Here I just did not learn construction. So, in ABC, AB equals AD equals DC. Those are all equivalent. Okay. And then BAD is 46. Find BCD. Okay. So they're not congruent. So BAC is also a triangle that's here, that exists. BAD is isosceles. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? First I'm gonna find D. Or like B and D. If it's isosceles, that means the other two have to be the same. So 180 minus 46, and that divided by 2, means that each B and D are each 67 degrees. Which means that the other side of D is going to be 113. So this one right here is 113. And these are also isosceles. So now it's going to be 180 minus 113 divided by 2 is 33.5, which is an option. Yay. Alright, in parallelogram ABCD, diagonals AC and BD are drawn to intersect at E. Okay. AE equals AE. Okay, so a section of it, one of those little chunks, is x squared minus 24, and EC, which is the rest of that line, is 2x. So wouldn't you just add those two together? Is it asking, it's not asking to find AC, is it asking to find AC or X? Because you can't figure out AC, right? Oh no, you can, because find X and then add those two. You're right. Okay, so you're adding both them for AC. So, x squared plus 2x minus 24 equals 0. And then you do the big factoring thing. What equals negative 24? 6 and negative 4. Okay, so plus 6x minus 4x minus 24. X plus 6 minus 4, x plus 6. So you have x minus 4 and x plus 6. So x, there you can't have negative in geometry, so x equals 4. So then you have to add, you have to put them back in. 4. Wait, but then you still end up getting a negative number here, because 4 squared is 16, minus 24 is negative 8. And then here it's 8, so it'd be 0, but it can't be 0. I did something wrong at some point. I just don't know where along the lines I got it wrong. Yeah, high key. Dude, I could be like, dude, if only I took this exam last year, I wouldn't be here right now. How do you do geometry? Because then you're left with, because if x is 4, then it's 0. So x is not equal 4. Unless it's asking for x, in which case it's just this. Then you're not finding AC, you're finding x. So, my work looks right. I don't think it, because you have to add AE and EC to get AC. Because E is the intersection of AC, so doing half and half is there. So I'm gonna go with the assumption it meant find x, and it's a weirdly worded question, in which case x is 4. But that wouldn't make sense. I'm moving on. I'm just gonna go with that. Find the length of AB, where A is that and B is that. Okay, let's just a triangle thing. Negative 4 and negative 6, and then 1 and negative 3. Okay, so then you have the x side is 5, the y side is 3, and then it's a 5, 3, 4 triangle, so it's gonna be 4, no? Apparently not. Well, because the x goes from, it goes 5, and that goes 3. So if you have 5 on one and 3 on the other has to be 4. Am I tripping? Yo. Because it goes x across, it goes 5, and up it goes 3. From negative 6 to negative 3, negative 4 to 1. And, I mean, I can Pythagorean theorem it out, but I'm pretty sure that 5 squared plus 3 squared equals 34. Am I dumb? Okay, well, good thing I checked it, because it's apparently a square root of 34. Oh, it's only a 3, 4, 5. See, chat, what I tried to do... Let me open OBS so I can see where I am. I tried doing this. It's kind of blurry, but 5, 3, 4. Where that only works if 5 is a hypotenuse. So that actually makes a little bit more sense. Alright, moving on. Next one. ABC is similar to DEF as shown at right. Find BC. It's multiplied by 3, and this is the other side, so just 24. Am I dumb? I am, it's 21. I'm multiplying the 7, not the 8, because it flips that way. Yeah. Yeah. Circle O has diameter of AB. OA equals 3 units. OA equals 3 units. Okay. And AOC, that's the representative in New York. AOC equals 165. Which of the choices express it? Oh my god. Which of the choices? I have to do a whole test like this. Which of the choices express the arc length of minor arc AC? What's minor arc? What does the Oh, but like the arc from A to C. I see, not the angle, the arc. I learned how to find the arcs at some point in my life. It's something to do with the perimeter equation for a circle, which is not given to me in my reference table. It says the area, but not the... I'm pretty sure it's 2 pi r, though. I'm pretty sure it's 2 pi r. So... And the radius here we know is 3. So it's 3... So it's 6 pi. Times something, though. It's 6 pi and then something to do with this. 165. And I don't know what. I don't know what exactly. I don't know this one either. I'm gonna guess. I'm actually gonna come back to it. Cause I know I might have learned this at some point down the line. But what I'm learning today is I still have some reviewing to do. Which is good, because I have a review session lined up at 8 p.m. My school is doing a review, so I'll learn more there. But yeah, 15 also have to mark down there. Okay. Why did my music stop? Well, how long ago did my music stop playing? Why did no one tell me? Alright, we'll go back. Okay. Alright, so I'll move on from that. I marked it down. 16. A right circular cone has a radius of 6 inches and a slanted length of 10 inches. A right cylinder has a radius of 8 inches and a height of 12 inches. How many cones full of water are needed to fill the cylinder? Okay, well, first let's find the area of the cone, which is actually in the reference table, unlike the perimeter of circle. Cone, 1/3 pi r squared times height. Alright. 1/3 times pi, and then r squared, so 6 squared, so 36 times height, which is 10? No, it's a slant side of 10, so you have to do the Pythagorean theorem here. I'm going to do it on paper because I don't want to do it, I don't want to mess with already put in the calculator. I already started putting the calculations in here. It'd be 36 plus 100. No, that's already that hypotenuse, so it's 36 plus b squared equals 100, which is 464, so it's 8. So it's 8 times 8. So it's around 301-ish. Alright, I guess I'll do it without pi, because pi you also need for the right cylinder. So I guess I'll just remove pi from both equations, and it fixes that. Yes, you get 96 pi here. And then how much is the right cylinder? It's just pi r squared times height. So r squared, 8 squared is 64, times the height, which is 12, equals 768. So that, divided by 96, gets 8. So the answer is 8. There we go. The thing is, for geometry, all the questions like take so much calculations for such a small number, and it's kind of infuriating. But whatever you gotta do to finish the questions. The line y equals 3x plus 2 is dilated by a scale factor of 2, centering at the origin. What equation represents the image line after the dilation? It would be 3x plus 1, no? Oh, it's dilated up, so 3x plus 4 then, because you're multiplying it by 2. Slope does not change when you dilate. In right triangle ABC, the right angle is located at vertex C if sine A equals 3x minus 0.5 and cosine B equals 2x minus 0.1. Find x. Okay. Okay, let me draw this out. That'll make it easier. Is C the right angle, it said? Yeah. Then I'll do A and I'll do B. I wish I had a whiteboard. I think for algebra 2, I should probably get a whiteboard up so I can draw out what I do. History, I don't really need it. Alright, so sine A. You need sine is so opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is BC over BA. But how can you know that? I'll just write it. And then cosine B. No, opposite over adjacent. No, opposite over hypotenuse, you're right. I was right the first time. And then the second one is cosine, which is which is adjacent over hypotenuse. So equals CB over B. They're equal, which is good. So now it's just 3x minus 0.5 equals 2x minus 0.1. That is convenient. So that means that x equals 0.4. That's an option. Nice. From a point on the ground, 62 feet from the foot of the same statue, the angle of elevation of the top statue is 37 degrees. Find the height of the statue to the nearest foot. So, from a point on the ground, 62 feet from the foot of the statue. So it's a triangle. It's a right triangle? I'm a little confused about what is saying is what. From a point on the ground, 62 feet from a foot or statue. Foot of a statue. So that's like C is what it is. So 62 is the bottom. The angle of elevation is 37 degrees. Find the heights. Okay, so you're doing adjacent over opposite to find the height, which is adjacent over... Wait, what? How do you know which one to use if you use sine or cosine or tan? Because I know I have the angle of C and the length of AC. But from there, I don't know what to do. Like, do I use sine or cosine? Actually, it can't be sine, because you don't know hypotenuse, or adjacent, or opposite. So is it just cosine then? Because that's the other one. So it'd be cosine 37. So adjacent over. Oh no, because you're looking for adjacent and opposite, so it's. So it's tan actually. It's tan. Save myself there. All right, so it's tan 37 equals opposite over adjacent, so x over 62. So I'll just multiply tan 37 by 62 to get my answer, which is a negative number. How is that possible? Maybe I did it wrong. I'll do cosine. I'll do the same thing but cosine and see where my heart takes me. Yeah, okay, only cosine is positive and it's 47, so I don't know quite why it's cosine, but as long as it's the only option, then I'm chilling. So I'll do that. I'm nearing up on a sixth of my time done, and I'm on question 19, over halfway there. So, sixth of my time done, I'm over a fourth of the way there. So this test is pretty easy time-wise. A dilation centered at O should at the right. The image of ABC is ABC OA equals 10. And OA normal is 15. Scale factor of the dilation is 3/2. I thought this question was about to be a lot more complex. It's literally just asking 10 times 1 equals 15. So. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Which choice is not necessarily true? CB must be congruent to FE. DF must be congruent to AC. ACB, DEF, CAB, FDE. This one is not necessarily true, because all the rest of these follow the correct order. This one is a different order, so it could be true, but it doesn't have to be for congruency. Circle O is the diameter of AB and tangent EF at point B. Which of the following angles is not a right angle? ACB. That one has to be a right angle. ADB, for the same reason, has to be a right angle. EBA, I think is a... Well, it's tangent, so I don't know if it... I think it might be, but not 100%. And then FBD... Oh, it's FBD. Never mind. Yeah, I was like, it probably is, but I didn't know how to prove it, but FBD is just not. Because it's not the diameter, it's chord. Alright. Oh, we're almost done with the multiple choice. Oh, no. Well, then I have to go to the short response. Oh, no. Given right triangle ABC and right triangle DEF, both here, as marked there, FGC, the middle one is isosceles. Which of the following methods will prove ABC is congruent to DEF? Alright, what do they have the same? They have an angle. They have another angle, because the isosceles here, and then the side. So it's angle, angle, side. Yeah. It's angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. Yeah. Given ABC, midpoints M and M, MN. Given ABC, midpoints are M and N. MN equals 5x minus 6. CB equals 48. Find X. Okay. If it's the midpoint, that means that it should be half 48, so it should equal 24, which means that X should be 6, right? Because if you scale factor it by 2, you get there, so this has to be multiplied by 2. Yeah, and so half 48 is 24. 5 times 6 minus 6 is 24. Alright, chat. I'm not going to look at chat because that'd be cheating, because y'all could instantly give me answers. But that is the end of, that is the end of our, oh my god, what's it called? Sorry, I moved the wrong thing. That is the end of the multiple choice. It's time to move on to the not multiple choice, which is going to be scarier. I'm not going to check answers yet, because I want to wait for the whole thing. I also have not, oh, I need to go back. Right, you're right. There's some questions I need to go back to, because I forgot them. I didn't know how to do them earlier. These 5, I might just have to get wrong. I just don't think I know them. Like, straight up. Circle O, ABO. That's 61. Find ACB. No clue how to do that. I mean, like, I know that it's an isosceles triangle. But I don't know how that helps me. Because, like, then OAB is also 61. But I don't know how to find the other side here. I don't think there is a way to find the other side. I mean, I know it's not 50. I mean, I know it's not 58 or 61, because 58 would mean that this is an angle of 0, which is not possible. 61 is negative angle, which is not possible. So it's either 29 or 30.5, and I don't know how to find out. I am just gonna go with 30.5, and I'll look back. I have it written down. I'll make sure to look back at it. 7, right? It's equilateral triangle 1. I have some stuff drawn here, but I still don't know how to figure it out. I need to find the perimeter. I mean, I could do like cosine 60 equals cosine is what? So adjacent. No, it has to be sine. It has to be sine. Sine 60 is opposite over hypotenuse. I don't know. I need to find the hypotenuse. So then it would be 9 over x. Or you could just flip it. So it's x equals 9 divided by sine. So it'd be 9 divided by sine 60, which is a negative number. What if I do with cosine? Maybe cosine is right, actually. Also negative. What if I try tan? It gives me a positive number. It gives me 28 point, but all of these are like that as well. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to pick a random one and move on. And I'll find out how to do it later. Oh, it's so annoying when I have questions I don't know. Alright, well. For those who are just joining in, I saw a viewer boost right there. I'm going over the questions that I missed, like I skipped over for the multiple choice, and then I'm gonna move on to the non-multiple choice. Next is number 8. ABC is similar to DEF. Oh, it's the scale factor one, yeah. Thing is, like, I don't know what to multiply, because you have to multiply by something, but I don't know. I just don't know how to do that, you know? So yeah, I'm just gonna throw out like a 48 call today. I don't know. I tried looking back, but I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, last one, 15. This one I didn't know at all because I know I'm missing something. I know I'm missing an equation I didn't learn. So this one looks right. Sure. Alright, it's a bit of a weird way to end that one because I feel like I was doing so good up until that point, but whatever. So now it is time to move on to the second part. Other way. Hold on. Part 2 and 3 and 4. Here we go. Part 2 is worth 2, part 3 is worth 4, and part 4 is worth 6. And part 4 is a proof as well, so. Alright. Oh, it opens up a thing for me to use. Hold on. Y'all can't see this. It gives me... You can't see it on stream, but it gives me like a place to put in the answer. Okay, so actually here's what I'm gonna do. I cannot show you guys this. It's not gonna work. So what I am going to do instead is pull up a notepad here. And I'm also gonna shrink. Hold on. I didn't know this would be like this, so actually give me a moment. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put the notes pad. Where's the notepad at? Hello? Hold on. I'll change it to C in a second so you can see what I'm doing. But I need a notepad right now. Notepad, please open. So why is notepad just refusing to open right now? Hello? It's like saying it's open and then it's not open. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how y'all can see this, but because I want to put an answer out here. I might just do a Google Doc. I'll do a Google Doc if that's not gonna work. Okay. Give me a second. I'll come up. It'll come up. Okay. Let me share my screen with y'all. Okay. And then if I go to this and then to this, can y'all see what I'm doing? I have to let me pull up my stream for a second. Hold on. 1 second. I'm gonna put you back on Google for a second. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that y'all can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, y'all see it. Okay, I'm gonna do that then. I'm going to do that. If I put scene back on, and then I go... We don't need this. What's this proudly powered by life speed web? What is that? Yo. Okay. I'm gonna use my phone just to make sure that y'all can see this properly. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I kind of thought it would give you a place to put the answer on the test. That's on me for not checking beforehand. What do y'all see right now? Okay, y'all see everything perfectly except for this big, proudly powered by life speed. What is that? What is this? Y'all, this is actually annoying me. I'm trying to stream here, bro. It's part of the scene. What the hell? Chat, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you back on Google for a second, and I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna figure this out when I'm away, and then I'll come back. I promise. I'll be back. Actually, I'm gonna put you on a thing that doesn't look like a scam. I'm gonna put you on this. You can't actually see that at all whatsoever. There we go. Alright, I'll be back. I'll play some music for y'all as well. We'll be back. Chat, why did my viewership go up when I was in the bathroom? The viewership is not supposed to go up when I'm in the damn bathroom. That's the only time where I want it to go down. Why do we enjoy watching an empty stream? A chair stream? I wouldn't want to watch a chair stream. I think I've found the issue to my problem, though, which is nice. If I go back from scene, Google the scene, I'm pretty sure this is the issue. Or is it this? 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 How is this still here? There's literally nothing above... Oh, it's video capture, you're right. Yeah. There's literally nothing above the scene, and yet this is still here. I don't know how that's possible. Hello? Can I... Alright, I think we're just gonna have to deal with that. And that's gonna have to be okay. I have my stream pulled up on my phone here so I can see what y'all see. It's blocking hella though. It's blocking like really badly. That's really unfortunate. And also, it's not changing. Hello? Yo, my entire stream is like brick. I don't want to restart stream though. It's like OBS is messed up. I really don't want to restart this stream. You know? The timer restarted as well. What is happening? Why are there two of me? There should not be two of me. What? And if I open this, then what happens? I'm on top of it. Supernova, it'd be fine if I had like two cameras, but the live speed thing is like covering the questions. What is this? There we go. Yeah, that's actually hella funny. It is a forced sponsorship, basically. So now that I'm in control where I am. Whoa, I am in control right now. Thank goodness. So now, if I go here, and then I go... Oh, actually, I need to... Oh, my computer's crashing. Oh, my computer's crashing. Oh my god, my computer's crashing. We're back? We're back? We might be back. We might actually be back. Please? Okay. I believe this works. I believe we have a functioning stream! Woo! Okay. We're back to working. None of this would have happened if the test just had a place to put in the answer. This button, by the way, reveals the actual answer, so it is not a place where you put in the answer. But, oh my god, that took forever. Okay, we're back to working. The timer's off. We're at exactly an hour less than what it says. We'll deal with that. Alright, I'm done looking at chat again. I wasn't supposed to look at chat in the first place. Well, for this test, the timer's an aesthetic. We definitely don't need 3 hours for this exam. Alright, 25. Let's actually do some work. Given circle O with the diameter S, T, and RP, ST, and RP is perpendicular, PT is 12 less than SP, and RP equals 8, find PT. Alright, I'm gonna draw this out on my paper again. I should probably invest in like a whiteboard app or something for the stream. I might do that for Algebra 2. I'm just recreating what's on the screen right now. P, T, R, O in the middle, and S. Now, what did it say? ST and RP are perpendicular. PT is 12 less than SP. RP equals 8 here. Okay. Find PT. Alright, well, if I have... There's 8 on both sides here, so that's also 8. We don't know any of the chords. It didn't tell us any of the chords, which is not very nice. So what can I do with this information now? I have an 8 and I have a right angle. I actually don't know. I'm finding PT. I'm finding the smaller one. Do I need to use sine again? Is that what this is? Because I need to find... Oh, what I have is the adjacent. So could I do... But you can't do sine 90 because that just equals 1. Because then it would just say PT is 8, and that can't be correct. Oh, I can't move my screen. You're right. I'm gonna come back to it. Come back to number 25. Okay. ABC is a dilation of DEF by a scale factor of 3. If M equals 90, D equals 5, and DF equals 89, express the sine A as a fraction. Okay, so sine of A here. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Oh, but it only gives you things about D. Okay, so let me actually draw D out. D is a right angle with E being 90. And then DE equals 5. And DF, which is the hypotenuse, is square root of 89. So then the other side, what's the other side? 25, or I would just do square root of 89 minus 25. That can't be right. Yeah, I'm actually so done with geometry. I actually hate this so much. Why did I not just take the class last year? Because I was across the country. Sine A as a fraction. And sine is SOHCAHTOA is opposite over hypotenuse. But how do you figure out this last part here? Am I tripping? Hold up. I'm trying something here. Let me cook. Give me one more. I'm messing around with the calculator. 1 second. I'm fairly certain that it might be 4. This last part. I think EF is 4. Yeah. And if that's the case, then let me redraw ABC, which is A, B, C. So B is the one with the angle. And then it's asking for sine A. And if I know that is square root of 89, I know that's 5. The sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So it's, I'm assuming 4 over square root of 89. Let's see what happens when I put that in the calculator. I get a decimal, which is not fun. But it's the best thing I have, so... I don't know how to do this on my own. I have to do this. Unfortunately, that is my answer. Don't have anything better for you here. Why is it not letting me do another one? Hello? Okay, well. Okay. This is actually not it's going actually probably worse than all the practice ones I've ever done. But we move on. We move on. 27. A cube of cheese has a side length of 8. Oh, that's a thing for us. A cube of cheese has a side length of 8 inches. Using a cheese cutter, the cube is sliced in 2 sections with a cut across the diagonal from one side as shown. Find the area of the cross section formed from the slice. What does that mean? The cross section for what are these triangles? Well, that's easy. Because if each of these is 8, and then 8, 8, 64, 64. 64 plus 64 equals 128. Square root of that is not a number. So it's going to be the square root of 128. But that can be simplified, I think, by 4? Can it be simplified by 8? I don't think so. I can check. I don't know why. I have a calculator in front of me. Oh, it can be divided by 64. Yeah, so it's 8, 2. I'm fairly certain. Let me double check that in the calculator. Is it 8 square root 2? I think so, right? Yeah, it is. So it's 8, and then that. If that's not right, I don't know what is. You're given 3 clues to find a specific coordinate. You're given 3 clues to find a specific point on the coordinate axis, starting at 4, 3. Move the image after the translation. Okay, so now it is, well, it's just like a coordinate thing. So it goes from 4, 3 to negative 4, 7. Reflect over the x-axis, so flip the x. So now it is 4, 7. Oh, flip over the x-axis. No, so it's negative 4, negative 7. Rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise. It's that way. So I'm fairly certain you flip both the negative and the reciprocal. So now it's 1/4, 1/7. I don't know if that's right. I don't think that's right, actually. No, you switch the y and the x, and you flip the negative. So it's 7/4, I believe. I'm not 100%, but if I were going to test, I would go 7/4. I can't tell if I'm doing really good or really badly right now, and I don't have a way to find out, which is not the funnest, especially to do on stream, but we learn and we grow, and we still have time before the test tomorrow. Given diagram below, find the value of 3x. I will 3x plus 4x, 3x squared, I should say. 3x squared plus 4x squared equals 30. So actually 7x squared equals 30. Then divide by 7, x squared equals 30 divided by 7. So, find the value of 3x? But isn't x like the square root of 30 divided by 7? How do you even begin to multiply that by 3? Is it just 3 30 over 7? That feels wrong. It feels wrong for the answer to be 3 and then square root of 30 divided by 7. Something doesn't sit right with me about that. But it is 3x squared. No, it's 9x squared. That's where I was getting confused. It's 9x squared plus 16x squared equals 30 squared as well. It's not just 30. What's 30 times 30? That's actually a really dumb question. It's 900. So it's actually 25x squared equals 900. Do you hear that? Someone's blasting Pink Pony Club outside. I don't know if you can hear it, but I was just about to change the music, and I was like, oh my goodness, I hear stuff. Let's put this back on. Also, I accidentally read chat. I saw you're leaving. Good luck, Supernova. See ya. See you next week. Alright, I'm going back. Hello. My computer's crashing again. Okay. So that's actually not the right number at all whatsoever. 30. So that's 25x squared equals 90. 90 divided by 25 is 36, and then that is 6. And then so x equals 6. Multiply that by 3. 3x equals 18. That looks a lot better than an answer. I'm going with that. It's actually really loud. Does the circle at the center of 2, 3 passing through the point 8, 9 also pass through -4, -1? I don't know. I learned how to find the origin. I don't know how to do the outside numbers. Straight up just don't think I know it, and there's nothing about it in the reference table either. Yikes. I'm trying to think of like how I would solve that. But oh, I can figure out the radius. Yeah. Okay, so the radius here, I'm gonna actually just draw out a circle on my paper. The center is 2, 3. So then 8, 9 is going to be 6 to the right and 6 up. So that's 6 and 6. So that means the radius is 36 plus 36. It's the square root of 72. But 72 is also divisible by 4, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But not by 8. It is divisible by 8. Wait, is it divisible by 16? No, but it is by 32, no? No, now I'm tripping. Okay, 8. So, 72 is also... Bro, what the hell? This cannot be right. 2, 3 to 8, 9 is 6 and 6. It is. So that has to be it. Because 36 plus 36 is 72. I'm just going to write, and that's not even the answer, I'm just going to write square root of 72 for this. So the radius is square root of 72. So does that also apply for this? You're going 6. You're going 6 backwards, so it should be 6 down as well. We only go 4 down, so it's actually not. So, okay, so... yeah, so it's... I don't know if it's a good enough explanation, but I'm gonna say, like... 8, 9 is 6 to the right and 6 up from the center. -4 as the x coordinate is also 6 away from the center, but to the left. This means that its y coordinate must be 6 up or down from the center, but it is only 4 down, so -4, -1 does not pass, or is not on the circle. Hopefully it's a good enough explanation. Alright, 31. Jonathan incorrectly states that the sum of measures of an exterior angle is... hold up. Jonathan incorrectly states that the sum of measures of an exterior angle of a triangle is 180. Draw an example and explain, Jonathan, how correctly to find the sum of the measures of exterior angles. This is going to sound really dumb. Keep in mind, for anyone who's like just joining the stream, I have not taken the geometry class. I have studied all on my own to prepare for this. What's an exterior angle? Is an exterior angle like the other half of an angle? Like if there's an angle in a triangle, it's the extra part outside. So like if there's like a 60-degree angle, then its exterior angle is 120. I'm gonna write, I don't know, sad face. But I have to pretend like this is a test. I have to pretend like this is a test, so I have to actually try. So I'm going to assume that is right. So I'm going to say that an exterior angle adds to an angle, an exterior angle of a triangle adds to an angle to equal 180 degrees. If an exterior angle was 180 degrees, there would be no interior angle, which is not possible. And then I would draw like an image on here, but I can't draw on there, so we'll move on. Alright, I said I'll come back to 25. I don't believe I know 25, but always worth a shot. Oh, this one. Yeah, I still have actually no clue what this is. So, I'm gonna put like 5. Call it a day. I don't know. Alright, time for part 3. Part 3, which is only gonna be harder. So that's fun. Only like 4 questions left though. And then I can move on from this hellhole. Dude, I'm actually like, I'm kind of bummed out that geometry is the first exam. Because I'm going to go into it feeling, like, I'm going to like leave it feeling so sad and so deflated because I never took the class. And then I'll feel a lot better later on. I just wish I had this in the middle so I could like feel better both before and after, not start off horrible. But we'll see what I get on this. Alright, 32. In the diagram at the right, C lies on AB. If the ratio of AC to CB is 3:2 as the coordinate of C. The Y coordinate of C. This one I actually know. Because if you do, so 4, it's asking only for the Y coordinate. So 4 to 12, there is 8 in between. And then there's 6 here. No, 5 here. How is there? Oh no. 4 to 12 is 8. But there's 5 here. You can't divide 8 by 5. So is the y-coordinate going to be a decimal? That's not normal for these questions. I've never gotten this type of question wrong, and I'm about to. Because under my logic, it would be 8/5 is each one of these. So 8/5 times 3. What's 8/5 times 3? Would be 4.8. Which is wrong. 100% is wrong. What? Am I tripping? If there is 8 in between these two. Oh, but you would add it to the 4 originally, so it would be 8.8. Which almost looks right. So it's like a little over halfway. But it doesn't feel right. But I mean, we'll put it, because that's how I learned how to do it. So I'm just going to write 8.8 and hope that's somehow right, because even though I've never seen a decimal be an answer for this. Okay. A squirrel is sitting atop a roof looking by a nearby tree. The horizontal distance to the squirrel and the tree is 35 feet, which is A. The angle of elevation to the top is 28 degrees, and the angle of depression to the ground is 37 degrees. What is the height of the tree to the nearest 10th foot? Okay. So I'm actually going to draw this out as well on here. A is 35 feet. That we know. And C has an angle of 37. And what did it say about B? 28. Okay. Height has to be, so BC and A and squirrel has to be perpendicular, right? So those are both right angles, I hope. Hopefully. And you can figure out the rest of the angles from there. But it's asking for the height of the tree. I don't think it even matters. Okay, if I'm looking for the height of the tree, I have to do 2 different trig things. I start off with knowing, for like the top one, for BA squirrel, I know 35 and I know 28. So I have the adjacent, and I need the opposite. And that's tan. So tan 28 equals opposite over adjacent. So x over 35. So I need to do times 35 to get my answer. But it's a negative number. I swear to God, I keep getting negative numbers in these damn trig questions. And I never know what to do, because that clearly can't be right. But I feel like I'm doing it right. Man, I don't know, because otherwise, what is it? Because I don't need the hypotenuse at all. Bro, I actually hate these types of questions when I get a negative number, because I feel like I'm doing so well up until I'm not. And I assume doing the same thing with tan for the bottom one, with 37 instead of 28, won't get me much better results. Yeah, even more negative. I'm just gonna write the 2 answers as if they're not negative. So I'm gonna write like 100, it's 114.5 and 9.8. So actually, what's 114.6 is what it rounds to. Plus 9.9 is what it rounds to. 124.5. I'm putting 124.5, assuming that the net is just not negative. That's definitely wrong, and I'm so mad because I've never gotten that, say, this type of question wrong either. I feel like this test feels so much harder than what I've been practicing. I don't know if this is what I'm actually going to get tomorrow, because I don't know. Man, I'm really not trying to fail this test tomorrow and retake it in August. Whatever, we move on. Only 2 questions left. Given parallelogram ABCD, measure BAD equals 56, and angle ABC equals 8A minus B, and BCD equals that, find values of A and B. I don't know what I just said. Let me draw a parallelogram here. A, B, C, D. BAD is 56. ABC is 8A minus B. Okay. And then BCD is 2A plus 6B. It's asking for values of A and B. Well, if it's a parallelogram, then A and C must be equal. So 2A plus 6B equals 56. And then 8A minus B equals 8A minus B. Which is not the most helpful, but... Well, I can't really solve a 2 variable systems of equations with 1 equation. But I don't know what else to do. So I feel like all of these questions I'm basically guessing, and that's really, really bad. Because I promise I'm not this stupid. My other exams, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm going to do a lot better on. It's just this damn test I didn't take the class for. I don't know. I have to figure out what ABC correlates to. I just don't know what it correlates to, you know? Yeah, I don't know, like, let me make sure my stream's not crashing, because my computer is kind of stopping itself. Yo, high key. If I fail this test... Dude, I should have just taken geometry last year, man. Find the values of A and B. Well, I can guess, because I know that 2A plus 6B equals 56. So I can just find numbers that work. Like, B could equal 9, and then A equals 1. That's not right, but you know. Oh my goodness, I figured it out. Oh my I'm cooking. Hold on. So 2A plus 6B has to equal 56. 56 plus 56. An entire parallelogram is 360 degrees. So 360 minus 112 means that 8A minus B equals half of 248, which is 124. And now I have 2 equations to work with. There we go. And then I'm gonna multiply the bottom of, you can't see what I'm doing, but I can actually write out what I'm doing here. 8A minus B equals 124, and 2A minus 6B equals 56. And those are both 100% true. So I'm going to multiply the bottom one by -4, so I get -8A plus 124b equals 56 times 4. Negative 224, which means that if you add these two together, you get 23b equals negative, hold on, negative 100, and then b would then equal, that cannot be right. B does not equal negative 4.35 if we're rounding. What did I do wrong here, chat? Let me put the original equation back up. I can't look. I said that as if I can look at chat. I don't know what I did wrong. Is what I meant to say there. Okay, what if I try again with a different method? What if I multiply the top one by 6? So I have, what's 8 times 6 again? That's a really dumb question. 48. 48a minus 6b equals 124 times 6 is 744. And then if I add the two together, then I get 50a equals 744 plus 56, 800. That worked. Thank goodness. Oh my god. What a life changer. So a equals 16. Whew! Thank god a equals 16 here. So then, and then I can just plug that back into all these equations. I'm gonna do the bottom one, it looks easier. 2 times 16 equals 32. 56 minus 32, 24. So 6b equals 24, which means that b equals 4, which means that a equals 16, b equals 4. I don't know what kind of messed, I was also about to say a bad word, but I don't know what kind of messed up math I did earlier. This is the answer. I know for the actual exam they want you to show work. I just deleted my work, but it doesn't matter. We know the work I did. I'm so relieved I found that. Watch it be wrong still. Okay. When did music turn off? Put the music back on. Hello? There we go. Here we go. Hold on. Alright, last question. Part 4. The hard one. The proof. The proof of all proofs. Here we go. The coordinates of quadrilateral A, B... How much time do I have left in this timer, technically? 2:25, so I would have finished... it's an hour behind. An hour ahead. Sorry, no, an hour behind. Because I accidentally messed it up. 1:24, so I took a little over half the time. I still have to finish this last part, but that should not take more than 15 minutes. Finish under 2 hours, not bad. Coordinates of quadrilateral A, B, C, D are located at all those times. Then it wants me to do a whole bunch of things. Using coordinate geometry, show that the diagonals bisect each other. What do you mean show? Like, how do you want me to prove that? I guess that's what it's asking me to do then, yeah? A. Show that they bisect each other? Or just the fact that it's a quadrilateral makes it bisect each other? I don't know how it wants me to prove that. Well, I can tell you where they bisect each other at. It happens at, actually, I need to draw it out. Hold on. -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -1, and 0, -3. actually cannot tell you where they bisect each other. And I don't really know what it's asking of me. Like, what do you mean show? I've never had a proof question that asks to show. It asks me to prove something normally. That's what a proof is. I'm just gonna say because they are diagonals of a quadrilateral. Oh, because it only does it because if it's a parallelogram. Then I have to prove it's a parallelogram. It is a parallelogram because then I have to actually find all the things. -2, 3. Give me one moment. I'm doing a Pythagorean theorem right now. Because both AD and BC, and then I would put the lines over all this as well, but I can't do that on here. Share a slope of -3, and AB and CD share a slope of. I actually still need to find the slope for that. Of 1/3. There we go. I think that's enough. I don't know if that's enough, but we'll find out. Alright, B. Show how diagonals are perpendicular. Well, aren't they perpendicular automatically? Alright, well, the slope of diagonal AC is, I still need to find that out, is -1/2, and the slope of diagonal BD is, it should be 2, but just to make sure, yeah, 8/4, which is 2. Yeah, there we go. Which are these are, what's it called? Like reversals. What's the word for it? Reciprocals. And therefore perpendicular. I don't know if people are yelling at me in chat right now. I can't know. But just so y'all know, the new exam for geometry that is being handed out for the first time tomorrow allows you to answer proofs in paragraph sentence form. You don't have to do the two-way table anymore. You can, and you probably should, but I didn't learn it. You don't have to. So this can be, if these are the right words, this can be correct. So anyone who has been yelling at me, chill out. And if no one's yelling at me, I'm sorry for assuming and yelling at you. Show that all 4 sides are congruent. Like with Pythagorean theorem, that is so much work. But okay. Okay, hold on. 6 squared is 30. 40. Are they all square root of 40? I think they might all be square root of 40. They're all square root of 40. Using Pythagorean theorem. I actually don't know how to spell. Pythagorean theorem. All slopes are all lengths are. Where is it? I need the square root thing. Are the square root of 40. And therefore are congruent. Is that all you need for congruency? The fact that they're equal length? Yeah. Yeah, that should be enough. Indeed, based upon the only information shown in part A, B, and C, what name can be given to this quadrilateral? A rhombus, no? A rhombus. Alright, chat. With that, we finished. I can turn off the music. Hello to anyone who has joined since I stopped looking at chat many moons ago. That is all. Alright, it is time to find out what I got, which is the scary part, because I know I did at least somewhat bad, because I guessed on a lot of these, because, you know. But, yeah. Before that, I'm going to answer a couple questions just to build the suspense a little bit, give it a minute or two. I'll go into it quick, though, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll get there. Before, how about this? I'm going to turn a song on right now, some background music. Before this song ends, I will go to start grading it.
Durability.
Here we go. Oh, it's a lot of people, like, telling me answers for stuff. Supernova did a lot of that. Yeah, okay. Prepare for takeoff. Welcome to stream. Jordan is W. Sum of two interior angles equals the exterior. Sum of two interior angles equal the exterior angles. Good to know. That means that question was wrong as well, because I did not know that. Yeah, okay. When does school end for you? Well, I'm in New York, so our last day where we go into school, like, for classes and everything, is, I believe, next week on Monday, the 16th. But we have exams much later than that. You can look at my schedule that I posted on my most recent community post. My last exam is the 25th. June 25th is when we finish exams. So it's a bit of a ways from now, but the school year is basically over. And she also answered. We're the 16th, not the 13th. I think you guys are the 13th. Yo, pull up to the scrim? What? The scrim when? I haven't checked my phone in hours. For Frisbee? Let me see. I see there's something happening here. Oh, I can't. No, I'm babysitting my my sibling. I'm home alone with a sibling right now. Yeah, I can't go. But I already told you I wasn't going to scrims during Regents week because I have exams every Wednesday. So I need Tuesday the night before I need to be preparing. But yeah. Have fun though. Alright, with that, I am going to reveal answers. Here we go. Reveal answers not only to y'all, but to me as well, because I also, you know, have not done these yet. But let me reorganize this so it looks nicer for stream, and then I will show it to you guys. I can move you for a second. Alright, here we go. Alright, first up, we have... I don't want scene. Delete. Google, here we go. I also don't need this timer anymore. Alright, first thing we're going to do is submit this and see what we got. Out of 24 correct answers, I got... Oh boy. 70%. Not bad, honestly. Like, so, for not taking the test... Can you guys actually see this? You guys can see this, right? Yeah, you can. Let me make this a lot bigger, actually, because there's no reason for it to be this small. So, Keep in mind, I did not take the actual, what's it called? Class. And you only need a 40% raw score, or 40 points to get that. So, how many points did I get right? 1, 2, 3, 4, it's multiplied by 2, because they're all over 2, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 out of 24. Let me just make sure that's right. That is right. So I got 32 points from this. Honestly, not bad. Like, being real, because you only need a 40 raw score to pass. Already at 32 is not the end of the world. I quite like the situation I'm in right now. Alright, and then moving on to the second part, the make or break. Hello? Hello? There we go. Alright, this part I actually need to be over here as well, looking at my answers. 25, I put 5, but I know that's not right. Oh, it pulls up a separate tab you guys can't see each time. Oh my god, that's so annoying. I have to go back to seeing, I think. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. There we go. Yeah. This way I can share my... What the hell did I just do? This way I can share my full screen without it messing with everything. Okay. And then put this on top. Okay, so if I share this and this... Can you guys see the answer as well here? Let me take out my phone just to make sure. It's actually so annoying it opens up a different thing. It's so much more annoying to look at. But you can see it. Perfect. Okay, so the answer was 4, and I put 5. So wrong. Wrong. Here, I'm almost certain that was wrong. Oh, I was so close. Like, so unbelievably close. The answer was 8 over the square root of 89. I put 4 over the square root of 89. That's so unfortunate. Yikes. Okay. Can we get a comeback, though? 27. I got 8 over the square root of 2. 64 over the square root of 2. This is a really bad look for me. This is actually really, really bad. Like, this is worse than I was expecting. What grade am I in? Anastasia, I'm a sophomore. But I did not take geometry, because I switched states, and that kind of messed things up. Oh, boy. Okay. 27 wrong as well. 28. I put 7, 4. 7, negative 4? It was 7, negative 4. Because when you rotate that, you need to do negative. I just forgot to... Oh, you have to keep that one. Alright, let me pull up this up again just to make sure where I'm at. To get a 65, I need a 31 raw score. Oh, so I already technically passed. Right now, with pure multiple choice, I got a 66. So, you know, we'll see if I can get above that. But if 66 is passing, that's all I could hope for in this world. Okay, 29, I got 18. Please give me one of these. 18, thank goodness. Finally got one correct. 30 was a yap, because 30 wanted me to write stuff. It's not on the circle, so I am correct. I am correct on this one. What's its reasoning? If the point was on the circle from the distance center, if the point was on the circle, its distance from the center would be equal to the radius of the circle. I said something on the lines of that. I should probably add that next time, but I said it, so it is correct. That is right. Correct. Got another one. All right, 31. The answer was... What was it asking for? Oh. An exterior angle is formed by one side of the triangle, an extension of the other side of the triangle. I actually did not know that. Okay. So that's what when I was taking it, I knew I didn't know what an exterior angle was, and now I do know. So that's good to know. Good to know that. So this one is wrong, I believe. Yeah. I'm fairly okay with writing wrong, even though I'm not 100%, but... Alright, moving on to part 3. This better be, for my sake, this better be 8.8. It is! Correct! Yes! That's another, what, 4 points right there? Nice. Alright, 33, 124.5. 45. This one I didn't know how to do. I had to use tan. Wait, what? I did that, no? Didn't I do literally tan 28 times 35? What the hell? And I got -9. Am I in the wrong mode? I was in radian mode the whole time. I switched to radian earlier today. Oh my god. And then if I do that again, tan 28 in degrees mode times 35. Chat, I was in the wrong freaking mode. That is so bad. I would have gotten that right if I was just in the right mode. Oh, that sucks so badly. Alright, we'll get it back, though, with A being 16 and B being 4. Okay, it doesn't matter. I got this one right. That's all I need. Correct. Alright, and then lastly, this really long question. I don't know how it wanted me to answer this one. I was kind of confused about what answer it wanted. So, -1/2 and 2 is what I was looking for here, for the most part. And I put 3 and 1/3? Really? We sure? Oh, it's for B. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. This part is right. Correct. B is where it's 1/2 and 2. Yeah, so that is also correct. Here I said that all the lengths are square root of 40. Which is correct. Hey! Did I get A correct? I forgot. Yeah. And then let's finish off strong. Is it a rhombus? It is a rhombus. Correct. Mundo. So, that's actually not bad. So, I had a score of 32, but I also got added to that another 2, 4. This is worth 4. So, 8, 16, and then this whole thing is worth 6. So, 16, 24. So, 32 plus 24 gets me a grand total of 56 raw score, which 56 raw score here is an 82. Wait, it's crazy how many questions you can get wrong and still get... Did I do something wrong with my math here? Or no, 56, sorry, an 80. I got an 80 is really good for not having taken the class. If I can get an 80 tomorrow, I'll be chilling. Wait, hold on. Chat, we learned that I might be able to do geometry. Chat, we learned that I might not fail my exam tomorrow. That's always a good thing to know. You're not going to fail your upcoming exam. So, to anyone else also taking geometry, good luck. I know there's probably very few who, like me, have also not taken the class. But, regardless, good luck with your exam. I will be live, not tomorrow, Wednesday, because there is no more homework for me to do. I will not be doing a study stream tomorrow. However, I will be live this time next week Not this time, though. This day next week, not at 3 p.m., but at 6 p.m. normal time, we are going to be doing a global History Regents review. So similar to this one, except next time I'll actually know that I've taken the class before and will be a-okay. So it'll be better than this. We will do better. But I would also consider this one a success. I feel like we did a pretty good job here today, overall. And so, with that, I will get into my thank you and everything before we go. I know it's a shorter stream than normal, but I mean, oh my god, I am really only doing a test today. But, as always, I don't want to leave you guys hanging. We do have a bit of a Wordle and a Strands to play. Oh yes. Alright, so let's turn on our music. Again, no more chat, even though it was no chat all day. And let's go crush this Wordle and Strands real quick. Whale. Sonic. Finally, drugs. Can't spell either. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, there's nothing here. Taffy. That was like the first thing I saw and it was already there. That's crazy. Wait, hold on. Maybe we can get a good run here. Maybe I can finish this before the music ends. You need to make sure this lines up nicely though. Hold on. Here we go. Mind your manners. What does that mean? Like, please and thank you? You can't spell please with this P. There is another P, but there's no L there. This would be perfect, no? Please? What about thank you? What about thank? Dude, it keeps having like, it keeps being super close, then not there. Thank. There we go. So I have the right idea here. What's this? Oh, listen. Right? What else? Listen to people, thank people. Apologies. There we go. Apologize. I was about to say apologies with an S. There we go. Be polite? Is that what the thing is? Yeah, there we go. I'm actually so close. Wait, hold on. I might get there before the music. Ride? That's actually not how you spell ride. Cider? I really want to get this. Respect. What else? Share. One word left. Consider. Oh! The buzzer beater. Because the song's about to end. Actually, no, it's not. Wait, this might be the first time I ever got a perfect Strands and finished everything under the time. Oh my goodness, perfect run. I don't think I've ever had a game that good on stream. Not bad. Not bad. And now the song is ending here. Damn! Clap it up! That was a good... that was electric. I finished that so fast. Alright, well, that was that. I passed my exam with an 80, which is pretty good for not taking the class. And I think with that, this is just... It feels so weird ending a stream so early, but I think we are ready for our closing time. If the music wants to start playing. There we go. I feel like leading up to this geometry exam, I have like neglected studying for it because I was like, it's in a month, it's in 2 months, I have time. And like, I felt like I had so much other work that was more important. And then a couple days ago, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta lock in. And so during my algebra class, I started doing geometry instead of algebra. And then I locked in with my teacher and a tutor to prepare. Tutors are good if you need them. And I didn't have a teacher, so I needed a tutor. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I definitely didn't know everything. There were a lot of questions I got wrong. But overall, I mean, like, I can do all this. And that's something. That's gotta be worth something. When's the next stream? Sorry, I missed it. Anna, welcome to chat. Next stream. So that's actually a good point. That's what I should have said that earlier. We are currently in our Regents prep week. You can find when my next stream is in my community post, my most recent one. But this one, it's gonna be right now. The upcoming next one is going to be this time, not this time, this day, next week, Tuesday, the 17th. Normal time though, at 6 p.m. I'm doing a global history review, which should hopefully be easier than geometry, because that I actually took not even a class for, I took an AP class for to prepare for a Regents exam. And I also already did an AP World Test Live, and I got a 4. So, theoretically, I'll be okay. Anna, good to see you here, though, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And with that, to anyone who is taking geometry, whether you're a freshman, which is most likely you are, or not a freshman who's making it up, good luck. I'll be in the same boat with you. And make sure to get a good night's sleep today. I know it's cliche, but we do need sleep before the exam to make sure you're not, like, going in all groggy. And then, like, just study. Just spend your next couple hours studying. And it's over when it's over, right? I mean, if you're in bio, if you're a freshman, you probably only have bio and Regents. Bio was today. So if you're a freshman, take geometry tomorrow, you're done. You know? Then, like, literally just study up until tomorrow morning, and then go enjoy yourself. Go hang out with your friends afterwards. That's definitely my plan. And I've already spent my entire day studying. So I'm gonna go probably do some more homework, which is not my point, but you know, not geometry. With that, I will see you all next week. Hope you enjoyed this first Regents stream of 5. And with that, I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Oh my god, my game's open. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. Alright, goodbye. Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Fade to black.